Maybe you have some pencil drawings or inked drawings that you want to bring into Photoshop to color. Oftentimes, if I want to digitally draw an illustration or a comic, I'll pencil it first, traditionally on paper, then scan the pages and bring it into Photoshop to create the line art and the color. In this video, I'll cover how I usually clean up a scanned file. Here I have an example of a comics panel that I inked traditionally and then scanned. You've seen this file in other demos as I'm digitally coloring it right now, but here is the raw scanned file. And for this image, my goal is to make this inked area really dark and uniform to hide the brush strokes or these grayish areas, as well as make the paper texture drop away to be fully white. There are two functions in Photoshop that make this process pretty fast and accurate for inked or penciled drawings. First, I'm going to make sure that I'm not editing my raw file from the scan. I've made a duplicate and named it the edit file. So in case I ever need to start over or my edit file is lost or corrupted, I can always come back to the raw scan file. The first function I'll show you is levels. I can add a level effect by either directly applying it to my layer here or by adding a new adjustment layer. For the sake of being able to edit it, I'll do the latter. So I will go to Layer in the menu bar and add New Adjustment Layer and pick Levels. It'll ask you if you want to create a new layer and you'll click Yes. Now a new layer has appeared with this symbol and a thumbnail. I'll double click this jagged symbol and the Properties menu will open. So here I can adjust the levels. The easiest way to convert this inked image is to first select the black eyedropper here at the left at the top and now go to click the image. And wherever I click, levels will set the black point or make that pixel and everything darker than it turn to black. So I want to click a dark gray pixel and keep clicking until the black point is where I like it. Now I can do the same with the white point by selecting the bottom eyedropper. I'll click on some leftover pencil marks within the image, something that is visible and kind of gray. And now all the pencil marks have turned white. I can actually do the same process to a pencil scan and get pretty clean results. The second way of adjusting this image would be to use the threshold function. So I'll undo my previous adjustment layer and make sure to select the scanned image layer again. Now I'll go to Layer, Adjustment Layer, and this time I'll select Threshold. What threshold does as a function is turn all of the pixels to either black or white, like a black and white bitmap image. So it'll ask me to make a new layer again, and I'll click OK. Now if I double click on this symbol here, the Properties panel will open again. I can move this slider back and forth and preview the image. If I lower the threshold, Photoshop will turn less gray pixels to black and the image will sort of wash out. If I raise the threshold, the more gray pixels will turn black. So I'll pick a number that looks good and now I can use it as line art. You can also combine both a levels and a threshold adjustment layer to be more exacting with your line art. With both the levels and threshold functions, you might still have bits of dirt or black pixels where you don't want it. I can either go in and erase from the original layer, or I could add a new layer on top and use the brush tool to sort of white out the specks.